It's called a mini shaka. Or a fancy way to flick someone off. No, don't do that. Oh, okay, excitement time. Are you ready? I have such an excitement. You better buckle up because it's gonna be a doozy. So, for the past 15, 20 minutes or so, I was excitement vomiting to my mom about everything I was learning and just connecting the points in my head throughout today's excursion to Waimea and getting everything together. And just the past few weeks of things I've been reading. And the whole 15, 20 minutes, my mom is like, the whole time, but it's fun. It's about teaching little by little. Now, that leads me to the question, asking myself to see how I can best present my work. Why is it important for us to know our history? Why is it important for us to know where we came from? Why is it important for us to understand the meaning behind names? Now, that is not coming from the perspective that I would usually come from. I would think a lot of Native Hawaiians, we understand why it's important for us to learn about our history. But when you take that question out of there and you plop it into a business context or a government context or an economic context or year 2020 context, it doesn't balance itself out apparently, because you need this whole what they call ROI, return of investment, which you don't make money off Hawaiian culture. You educate about Hawaiian culture, and that's where a lot of problems come from in terms of sharing Hawaiian culture through business and marketing and all these things. But that being said, why is it important for us to know our history from the business and economic perspective? That's what I'm trying to answer. I have all these feelings and emotions, but I don't know how to articulate it in a way that will be impactful to a business person, right? And of course, that's the whole message we try to share when we talk about Native Hawaiian culture, Native Hawaiian history. We are the hosts of our homeland and hosts of these islands. We have to make sure that each and every one of us do our part, that is what it is, that we are taking on that responsibility and sharing our stories with other people. But what's the importance? I mean, Waimea Valley is known as the Valley of the Priests, which I just read today. That goes back to around the year, get this, 1100. 1100. From that point to around between 1800 and 1900, between that time, that valley was known as the Valley of the Priests, still is, but has been acting as that and practicing it. And the last high priest of that valley goes by the name Hewa Hewa. Thank you to Uncle Brooke Parker for allowing me to use your beautiful imagery, such as this, and that's of Hewa Hewa, who was the spiritual advisor to King Kamehameha the Great throughout his whole conquest. So how's that? The spiritual advisor to King Kamehameha the Great before this whole Christian religion came in, and he was the whole old religion, all of that jazz. So once go through the whole conquest, Kamehameha passes, his own spiritual advisor converts to Christianity, one of the first to do so. No matter what your spiritual belief is or your perspective, that's history. So what is the importance of that? Or Kuali'i, make sure you watch Kailua's story segment that I posted a few weeks ago about Kailua and the chief who ran the whole island of Oahu, who comes from the shores of Kailua by the name of Kuali'i, who lived, get this, documented at 175 years old. Why is that so important? Oh, the energy's flowing. Aloha Authentic. Ooh, you guys better be ready. Reese, my producer, you better get some patience on you because I have a lot of ideas bubbling in my brain of this. All right, guys. Aloha, ahui ho. And if you haven't already done so, check out alohaauthentic.com and our Aloha Authentic profile. Shoots!